Good afternoon, everybody. Everybody watching us live now from Nepal and other South Asian country. It is absolutely our pleasure to start this study in the U.S. session today with yet another. We've been doing it for some time about studying in the UK, Australia, Canada, and also US. And of course, I thought this is the right time for US as well because we just got one announcement by the US Embassy in Nepal that now they are going to start the visa application. I mean, they are going to start the student visa applications from next week onwards. So we have that information received. So we thought this is the right time to share with you all. And I have a very special guest from the University of Bridgeport, the US, which is located in Connecticut. And he is already with me at the backstage. And before welcoming him, of course, I would like to welcome you all and want you to prepare your questions regarding your study plans in the US. And of course, the entry requirements, maybe you want to talk about the tuition, the programs, their eligibility, the scholarships, and many more things, and also about the steps to get into the visa process, US visa process. I want to share one news here. You may have also got this news if you read some articles by the US Embassy Nepal. This is a great news actually, because the the US Embassy has just announced this that was yesterday, March 4th, which is about the award to Miss Muskan Khatun, who had a very bad accident. Actually, that was never on human. Anybody would imagine would anybody would practice on any mankind. So she was attacked by the acid. She was acid attacked some years ago in Nepal, and then but she continued her social work about bringing the peace, justice, human rights, and equality and all. And in regards of that, in recognition of that, US Embassy honors personalities from different parts of the world. One is this one, and she has won this award, the prestigious award called International Woman of Courage Award. And as you can read on the screen also, the United States First Lady, Dr. Jill Biden, and Secretary of State Tony Blinken will host a virtual event and award her on March 8th. So if you get a chance, please mark your calendar and then make your presence. You can view that ceremony happening, and we feel pleased to have this woman, very courageous woman, Miss Muskan Khatun's, achievement, and it must be very encouraging to all of us. And we'd like to request everybody on the whole planet, including Nepal, that no human attack is accepted of any kind, severe or this even simple. So we all are equal, and we must live better lives together. All right. So congratulations and thanks to your courageous work, Miss Khatun. We are all honored. Thank you. All right. Now back to our program. Well, I have Mr. Jackson Subedi on my screen right now, and I would like to welcome Mr. Jackson. Jackson, welcome to the show. And of course, we've been privileged. We've been watching you doing a lot of activities in Nepal and other 21 countries in Asia, being the representative for the University of Bridgeport, one of a very popular universities among many students and parents, or the graduates who have already been to the university, been the graduate, and then has lots to share with. So welcome to the event first.
Thank you very much, Pawan.
All right. So, Mr. Jackson, I know, like, you have recently joined the University of Bridgeport. So, what came to your mind, like, when you, got this opportunity as somebody who is very sensitive and very responsible to this Asian market as the university's official?
Okay. Actually, I'm privileged enough to be here today and representing University of Bridgeport. I think my background with education sector for last 15, 16 years, I have contributed enough, whether it may be for Europe or for Australia or for any other study destination. So my profile was good enough to be in this position today as an international recruiter, not for just Nepal, but for 21 other countries in South Asia and Southeast Asia. I look after University of Bridgeport. There are many happy agents who would love to send their applications to University of Bridgeport, and I think they have been quite satisfied with the quality of education that is provided by University of Bridgeport, and that is what keeps University of Bridgeport in the top available option among the agents. So they are happy with me as an international recruiter because I process the files very, very quickly for them. And then they're happy with my reply rate because I hardly have 2, 3 hours time to reply them. Like, let's say I reply them within 2, 3 hours, and then they take this as a very good response rate from my side, and they are quite happy. And I'm happy as an international recruiter for the University of Bridgeport. Though the borders are closed, like many places, I cannot travel much to Southeast Asia and South Asia at the moment. But in near future, I can see that possible, and I will be traveling around to talk to the students and then to talk to the agents. So that's me.
Yeah, that's awesome. Of course, this pandemic has impacted a lot of things, a lot of businesses, and all the mobilities by everybody offers. Everyone, so the students are hit hard when they are talking about applying abroad. But now, I can see, I can hear a lot of good news that the students are moving around and even visiting the institution, like in our consultancy, Bradford Global in New Banesar and other areas cities in Nepal, that they are literally free from the COVID, literally. But of course, there are so many steps to that. We are yet to get vaccination and all, but we are following the protocol. We need to be safe. Our surroundings to be safe. So with that in mind, see, I don't want to touch much on those COVID things. Of course, this has given us a new challenge. But despite this challenge, so what is the application volume that you're receiving, directly from the students as well as the agents, especially from Nepal at the moment?
Okay, so it's gradually going up because the application that we see, because there was no any sign of the embassy opening its appointment. But even though the embassy in Nepal was not open, we were still receiving applications because our neighboring country was open for appointment. So we have students who have traveled to our neighboring country, India, have gone to New Delhi, booked an appointment, and also received a visa, right? So even though Nepal was closed, that option was always open. And then we were receiving lots of applications. And now think about this, Pawan, as we had our last intake, spring 2021, last to last intake, fall 2020, and spring 2020. All these three intakes, we were not able to recruit students for University of Bridgeport, and that was a challenge. So for us, transferring, like deferring those students to this fall 2021 has been quite a good challenge for us. We have lots and lots of applications which has been pending, and then we are taking our good time to defer all those applications to this fall 2021. So we would be recruiting quite a good number from Southeast Asia and South Asia region, and Nepal should fall among the top three countries from this region. So we are getting quite a good number of applications from.
Absolutely. Nepal has been one of the top 10, student resource country to the United States in regards to F1 visas, international student visa to the US. I believe, the number of application coming to you would be higher and higher in coming days as well. So we'll be talking more probably we need to hear from you about the university. If you are ready, we can see your presentation, and then we can probably get questions by our viewers today, and based on that we will be discussing more. All right.
I have a presentation for all the viewers today
Right.
about University of Bridgeport. They can see how does it look on the presentation, and then what is the school all about, what is the capacity of the college, and then everything, and what are the colleges that makes it University of Bridgeport. So I have that presentation. I will try to make it very quick, maybe 10-15 minutes. And then if you have any question, anytime, you don't have to wait until the end. You can just write down in the comment box all those questions that you have, and I should be able to answer them. Even if I cannot answer them, I'll get the answer for you guys. So let me share my screen, Pawan.
Sure. Sure. Definitely. While you are sharing the screen, I would encourage all the viewers, to have your questions ready. Ask us anytime you want to, and we'll take your questions one by one. All right. And while Mr. Jackson is preparing his presentation, now I can see that. Dear viewers, see, once again, I want to repeat that, U.S. Embassy in Nepal is now accepting the visa application for students. So from next week, but there may not be issuing more time slots, interview slots to the students, but they have announced that they will be starting. So this is the right time, actually, to start the application to the university about your admissions, scholarship, and preparation for the visa. This is the right time. Okay, so let's hear a lot from our guest today, Mr. Jackson, and he's ready with his presentation now. Please take a moment, and then you will get to hear a lot about it. All right, and feel free to ask us any question you may have. All right, Jackson, you are good to go.
Yeah. Thank you, thank you. So this is University of Bridgeport, as you can see, established in 1927. So after 6-7 years, it will be 100 years old university. So it's quite recognized, quite popular in this area. It's in Connecticut. So let's see in this map where it is located. So it is right on the side of the seashore. It's the seashore is called Long Island Sound on the coast of Connecticut. And the good thing about our university is it is attached to a 400-acre park, right? So very green park that it's attached to, and most of our students would love to go to this park, enjoy themselves, walk around, jog around, and then go have fun. All those music and everything happens in this park. So it's a good thing to have by the side of the university. And also, as Bridgeport, we are 1 hour and 20 minutes drive from New York City. So our students would love to go and explore New York, Manhattan, and all those kind of area. And also, the graduates from University of Bridgeport, the first place or first company that they would look to for their OPT or CPT kind of training would be New York City. And how good it would be that you get to work or do your interns or your trainings in New York City in one of the multinational company, and that will be a great privilege to go and then do so. And also, Bridgeport is not the capital of Connecticut, but it is the largest populated city in Connecticut. So it is very quite popular. And then Bridgeport attracts not just international students from around more than 80 countries, but also attracts students within states. And we have students from more than 45 states of USA itself. So we get lots of students from within USA itself. Let's see how big is the University of Bridgeport. We not just have bachelor's degree, but we also have master's and doctoral programs. Our university has a capacity of nearly about 5,000 students, among which, let's say, more than half of them are for undergraduate degree. So we have lots of courses in our bachelor's degree, from where we get around 2,800 students. Among those students studying in University of Bridgeport, we have 1,200 international students. and as I said, from 80 different countries. So that makes us very good in the ranking of ethnical diversity. So we have students coming from more than 80 countries. So there is a high chance that when you look at your right, you might see a student from Malaysia, and when you look at left, you might see a student from China. When you look up front, you might get students from Japan. At the back, there might be students from Korea or any other country. So it is so ethnically diverse that there is no chance of getting racially discriminated. And then it's a good population, but good Asian population that we can find around the campus. So that gives you a boost, that gives you more confidence on your study, and then you have your own, let's say, points and your own part in part to make. And I'll talk about the activities that we conduct in our university a bit later. But what I'm trying to say is you will not be on one side of the classroom, one corner, because it's so ethnically diverse. You'll make friends from all around the world. So that is why we are ranked very high in diversity. And also, University of Bridgeport is one of the only three Connecticut universities included in the Carnegie classification. That is a very good classification. If you want to know what kind of program is offered, what kind of university it is, you have to look for this classification. And if our courses are listed in this classification, that means we are on the top class of university. And also, we have a doctoral, professional, and STEM program that we offer, which is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, which has its own benefits, which I'll be discussing this later. Now, let's see an aerial view about our campus. The campus that you can see at the let's say right middle right of the image is our administrative office, where we have library and student center and administrative unit. This is our official ground that you can see at the middle, which is for Purple Knights. It's our official ground, as we also participate in NCAA Division Two competition. So that's our official ground, and you can see the ocean right there, adjacent, attached to 400-acre park and lots of greenery. And then also, it's a big campus, 56-acre campus, so it's humanly impossible to go around by foot. So we have free shuttle service for all the students who want to go from one part of the campus to another. They have free shuttle service that they can use. Now, for undergraduate students, it is advisable that they stay within campus for the entire duration of their education. That's why we have 6 residence halls for undergraduate students and 2 residence halls for graduate students. As a graduate student, they always have the option to go around, like live out of campus and then work outside of the campus. So that's why we just have 2 halls for graduate students. And recreational facility, we have state-of-the-art recreational facility, of course, whatever you name it. You want gym or you want other recreational, any sports activities that you want, sports facilities, anything you want, we have it there in our campus. Let's look at the ranking. It is important that we look at this because ranking matters at the end of the day. What kind of qualification you get out of this university, it matters. So according to US News and World Report, UB has been ranked third highest in the region for percentage of international students. So in the New England region, which is comprised of 7 states in the US, we are third highest, where we recruit international students. So international students love our campus. And also we rank 39th in the nation itself for the most ethnically diverse student body. So as I said, it's very important that you go to a very ethnically diverse campus so that you don't feel left out. So also UB, University of Bridgeport, has the largest graduate engineering program in Connecticut and second largest graduate engineering school in New England. So that means if someone is thinking about engineering, then they have to think about University of Bridgeport. And University of Bridgeport have 3 colleges. One college is College of Engineering and Education, let's say, and Business. So that's one college. Second is College of Health and Science, and third college is College of Arts and Science. Right. So these 3 colleges comprises and makes it University of Bridgeport. And also, we are very good at health and science. We have our own program in dental hygiene. Why? Because Sloan School of Dental Hygiene was the first school established in the world 1913, which is now part of UB. So that's how we are good at dental hygiene and health and science. Let's look at the courses. So we have lots of courses. That's why the font is a little bit smaller in this slide. We have, you name it. We have accounting, business administration, computer engineering. We have criminal justice and human security. We have health courses, health science, human services. We have music as a course as well from our art and science department. And we have psychology. We have those who are good at sports but would not necessarily like to play, they can go for sports management and look how to organize sports and then take that course. For master's level, we have quite handful number of courses there as well. You name it, acupuncture, artificial intelligence, engineering. We have biomedical engineering on top of computer, electrical, and mechanical engineering. So these are all engineering subjects. You can also go for computer science, and also you can take health courses like clinical mental health course or let's say physician assistant. And then also you can go, let's say you are not done with your study and you want to do more. We have quite a few doctoral program as well. If you want to go for health science, technology management, computer science, you can go. And recently popular, it's very popular, traditional Chinese medicine is getting very popular these days. We get students from Korea, Japan, and doing this course in UB. And also the popular courses for this part of the world, which is for Nepal, particularly it's for undergraduate. Most of the students come for accounting and BBA. If they are good at science, then they go for engineering, computer, electrical, and mechanical. Those are good. Those who don't necessarily would like to study, but they want to get a degree, they would like to go for marketing and sports management because there are much more than study that they need to do here. So regarding sports, if they have idea of sports, they want to do something in this area, they can go for sports management. Also for art and science, we have counseling, psychology, music, general studies as a course they can take, and also criminal justice and human security is getting very popular for Nepal. I have few applicants for this course as well. And for health science, we cannot neglect this part. It's health science, nursing, medical lab science is very popular at UB. And also for health science, we have our own lab. We have our own practicing area where students does not have to go around and then try to find a hospital to practice their nursing skills. They can do it within campus itself. That is pretty much possible at UB. For graduate, for master's level courses, we have artificial intelligence, computer science, technology management getting very popular these days. And for engineering, we have along with computer, electrical, and mechanical. We have biomedical engineering as well. And then those who are good at music and those who want to give their, let's say, give their education, impart that education to others, they can go for music teaching certification as well. And for art and science, criminal justice and human security as in bachelor's, they can also do it in master's if they are good at it. And for health science, dental hygiene is very popular. But for dental hygiene, you have to get your transcripts evaluated from an external party, WES or ECE. You can do it from any of these external parties who will evaluate your transcript. And then you can go for dental hygiene, nutrition, or traditional Chinese medicine, which is getting very popular. Now, for those who come from different parts of Nepal, they are good at their studies, they're very good at their education, but those who have done their courses in Nepali medium and not necessarily they are good at English, we have that covered as well. Our English Language Institute is there, which will help you move you to that required score so that you get a conditional letter saying that, hey, if you qualify for this, for if you let's say get this kind of English, this level of English score, then you qualify for this bachelor's degree is the conditional offer that we can provide. You take an English course in our English Language Institute, get the required mark, and jump into your bachelor's degree. That's also possible. Okay. And then, as you can see, plenty of residence hall that we have, 6 residence hall for undergraduate students, all state of the art, as you can see, very clean, very, very good looking. and also with all the facilities, you name it, study lounges, free laundry, micro fridges, 24-hour security, TV streaming, everything. You can find almost everything in our residence hall. And also as an international educate, let's say as an international center for students and scholars, we conduct or we celebrate more than 400 international activities and events around the year. So that means if you can roughly calculate in a 365-day year, we have more than 400 activities happening. That means each day there is something or the other going on. There might be some celebration in one corner and another celebration on the other side. You can participate in all those activities and make yourself involved. So we celebrate cultural diversity by offering a number of inspiring and engaging cultural events, including an annual international festival, Peace of Your World event, for example, customs and cuisines of a country, Chinese New Year gala, other events, coffee hours, lots of things happening in International Center. So if you can make yourself available and you would like to participate, you'll get lots of opportunities to participate in the international event as well. And also as an international center for students, we also help our students to find on-campus employment. That will be our first priority. And also we help them for CPT and OPT trainings after their graduation. So we also have a comprehensive website with resource and forms for international students, which you can always go and then explore more. Now, athletics, very good at sports. We have all these sports available in our campus. So if you're interested and then you would like to go participate, as I said, we participate in NCAA Division Two tournaments. We have our own team, and we are the Purple Knights for University of Bridgeport. Now, let's see this, one of the most important slide in my presentation today. That is the tuition fee. What's the tuition fee and how do you get a scholarship or can you qualify for a scholarship? Let's see. Tuition fee starts with, for undergraduate, it's $32,860 per year. And then room and board starts with 16,350. But we also have a renewable scholarship. That means you will qualify for scholarship every year, ranges from 5,000 to $20,000. So how do we qualify? I will discuss that in a minute. And then for graduate, if you want to take some graduate courses at UB, it's quite affordable, 15,660 to 18,270, depends upon how many credit is your course. And then it ranges from 15 to 18,000 per year. And also you have option to live out of campus. And then we have these options as well for a graduate student. Room only plan starts from $4,600 to 8,250, depending upon what kind of room you want. And then also for graduate, we also have a scholarship option of $3,000 to $5,000 for the first year only. So for undergraduate, it is the renewable scholarship, which renews every year. For graduate students, it's a first year scholarship that you can qualify for. And if you need a health insurance, we can provide that as well for $18. Now, let's see this. How do I qualify for UB? So we have a very simple requirement, not much. There's a rolling admission, of course, and there is no application fee. If you can send your application to me for University of Bridgeport, there is no application fee involved. And then the important English proficiency test, English proficiency, what's the benchmark that we have? This, whatever you see on the screen, is the minimum that we require. So IELTS 6 for any undergraduate course is mandatory, whereas for any graduate course, IELTS 6.5 and equivalent Duolingo or PTE or TOEFL, whatever you're interested in. So you can have those courses available and then you can get admission to the university. Now, GPA for undergraduate course, it starts from 2.5, but not necessarily. It can be as low as 2.5. So for some courses, like for engineering, we might require more than that. So 2.8, 2.9, or 3 would be a good GPA for University of Bridgeport. And then for, let's say, that the thing that you cannot see on the screen is SAT, GRE, GMAT. For fall 2021, you can consider yourself very lucky this time because for fall 2021, we don't have any GRE, GMAT requirement if your GPA is 3.0 and above, right? So if your GPA is 2.7 or 2.8, we might ask for GRE GMAT, but if you have 3.0 and above, we would not require a GRE GMAT. Similarly, SAT is not required for undergraduate courses if your GPA is good. So for fall, you just need your GPA, which you already have it. And if you don't have your English score, you might would like to go and then book a date and give that exam as soon as possible, because these two are the main document that we require at this moment for your day.
Hmm.
Now let me take if there's any question, I can take questions from you, Pawan, and from all the viewers. If you have any, I'll be happy to answer those questions.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson. That was a wonderful session, and definitely, the University of Bridgeport has already been a popular name in Nepal and many Asian countries, and we definitely have students, wishing to apply to the University of Bridgeport. Like you've been
Correct.
receiving the queries from Nepal and other countries. The University of Bridgeport is popular for its program, especially the engineering, the business program, and now due to the pandemic, like you just announced, there are no requirement of GRE or GMAT, given the
Sure.
GPA is good enough for this 2021 fall intake, and also SAT
Mhm,
is not required for this scholarship amount. That means like
mhm.
pretty good offer to the students who are willing to apply to good university in the US, like University of Bridgeport. And the best part of it is there is no application fee involved. Also, would you mind, before that, I before going to that question, I want to highlight your um, contact details. Dear students or viewers who are watching us now live, you just heard from our guest today, Mr. Jackson Subedi, who is the international recruiter for Asia for the University of Bridgeport, Connecticut, USA, which is very close. I mean, 1 hour drive from the New York City. Though it is
Yeah.
in Connecticut, it's still not far from big city in the U.S. And you can enjoy your city life and while you're studying. And of course, like this is a great university to get your degree. So, like we just talked about, we have great offers here if you are willing to apply for any of the programs at the University of Bridgeport. There is no application fee involved, no SAT, no GRE, no GMAT required, given you have required academic background or GPA. All right. So thanks for that offer, Mr. Jackson. I guess
Yeah.
we have got one question for you on the screen about
Mhm.
public health for now. So, what about the scholarship, or like, do you have programs like public health in the masters or not? Firstly, if yes, then what's the scholarship amount?
Uh, Okay, so first let me tell you, for Masters in Public Health, we have Health Science, so which has to be similar for you. So it's
Mm.
Masters of Health Science, which is very popular at our university. As I said, it's taken care by College of Health and Science, where you have a hospital-like setup already. We have a small, let's say, mini hospital running in the Bridgeport University of Bridgeport itself. If students something happens to the student, and let's say they have to rush to the hospital, we don't rush them to the hospital, we rush them to our health clinic within our campus, right? So
Mhm.
that's where our students get to practice. There will have doctors, we'll have nurses, and everyone will be there imparting knowledge to you. So you can go for Masters of Health Science. That's where you can go. Now for scholarship, we would
Mhm.
require just two documents. That is your transcript of your latest qualification. So as you are going for masters, so we want your transcript for your bachelor's, and
Mhm.
then your English language proficiency score. So looking at these two, you will be eligible for scholarship. I cannot tell you now how much scholarship will you be accepted for, but we have a good decision committee who will look at your application, will look at your scores, and then they will right away decide and then say, hey, you qualify for $3,000 or $5,000 or whatever it is. So only those two documents. So if you are already graduated, you already have your transcripts, right?
Mhm.
So nothing much to do there. If you do not have your English test score, then you go book a date and then get your test score. It's very simple this time. No GRE, no GMAT if you have more than 3.0 GPA. So it's very simple this time around, and it's a good time because as we all anticipate this time around, there will be lots and lots of visa decision on a positive side that would be made. So that's our anticipation. We hope for that, and then if you apply now, we have a very good, let's say I-20 response time. So if you apply now, within a week, you will get your I-20 in your hand, and then that I-20 is the only thing that you require to go and then take the book the appointment, right? So let's do it. And if you have any further questions that I can explain in detail, you already have my contact detail, and I can answer your question anytime.
Absolutely. Thanks, Sabina, for your questions here to our guest today, Mr. Jackson. Well, Jackson has just stated about the related program in the U.S., which is much of your, which could be of your interest too, because if you could not find the public health program, absolutely there is always an option because there are thousands of program. In the world and in the US actually, and you may not have particularly the same program, but depending on the industry demands, the popularity in the sector, like public health, we could have another program which could be even more rewarding for you. Okay, like helping you find the jobs in the US and globally. He says, thank you very much. Hope you got your answer. Thanks, Sabina. Um, well, I got another question for you about we just announced the embassy is going to open for students visas interviews. So we're not worried anyway because as we can see in the whole world, the vaccine is rolling out to the public, and students are excited. All the public are excited like we are. So because things are rolling positive towards positive direction, so we are now accepting the application for August fall intake. That means 6-7 months to go. That means, see, like you talked about application process. So once you have everything in hand, so how long it takes generally, there could be some difference between processing for undergrad bachelor's program and masters. I hear a few weeks time for master's program, or it depends on the program. What is it like?
Okay, it's like this. Like, let's say those who applied on January, we made them wait a little bit because we didn't want to issue I-20 more than 120 days before the start date of the course, right? So we made them wait. But now, as we're moving close to our admissions and we are moving close to our start date, we have already started giving out I-20, right? So it's a big university. We get applications from left, right, and center from everywhere. So we make sure that international recruiter for me, who looks after South Asia region, I process your file the same day to the US team, and then they will look after it. And then there is a decision committee, as I said, because everyone is looking for scholarship, right? If we can give an I-20 in a full fee, then it will hardly take an hour for us. But we don't want to issue I-20 on the full fee. What we want to do is we carefully analyze your document and then provide good scholarship that you qualify for. So for that, I think 1 week is enough time for us. But we would like to say that you process the application. I'll send it to the admission committee. They will make a quick decision, and then you should be able to receive your I-20 within a week. So we don't take much time. So within, let's say, 5 working days should be enough for us to give you the I-20
Yeah,
with scholarship as well.
okay, that's great. But again, the application is coming in a bulk. So maybe it might change in the future. But it's the right time to start the application, like you just suggested. Thanks for that. So
And also, Pawan, like not just I-20 time will increase, but also think about the embassy where there are lots and lots of visa that embassy is providing. So
mhm.
they are also limited with the quotas, right? So you apply sooner, the better result you will get. So if you wait until the end, let's say August starts the session, you wait until July, and then
Mhm.
you might find that, oh, lots of students have already applied and received the visa, so you might get a negative result if you do late, right? So for
Yeah.
that also, for that purpose, it is advised that you do it as soon as possible.
Of course, like we must like cut through the crowd. That means like apply sooner,
Yeah.
so you have like better like hopefully positive results. And of course, like we at Bradford Education will be happy to like guide you about how to face the visa interview, how what documents to prepare, what like things to consider before appearing for the interview. So we'll be happy to mention that through our counselors. So you don't need to panic. Just like let us know if you are planning to apply, and when you want to start, and what information you want to know about. We are ready to help you out. All right. So just a little bit about like a scholarship for the graduate programs, or let's say even for undergrad programs. If you just mention about the amount.
So for scholarship for undergraduate students, the scholarship starts from $5,000. So most of the students qualify for $5,000 after they submit the benchmark score, their GPA and their IELTS score. But we have been providing good scholarship for, ranging from, let's say, not just 5,000, but we have provided scholarship of $20,000 as well in the tuition fee. So let's say for bachelor's degree, if someone receives $20,000 scholarship, or $15,000 even, would be will bring that tuition fee of 32,000 down to 12,000, or let's say 17,000. So $17,000 for the year course, let's say for a year, is quite affordable, I would say. And for living expense, wherever you live in the United States, you have to bear the expenses. So I'm not looking at room and board expenses, because you have to pay that anyway. But for tuition, it will be much more affordable if you qualify for a good scholarship. So from 5,000 to 20,000 is the range that we have for scholarship. And if you get 15,000, or let's say 20,000 scholarship, then you should not think of any other university, because the kind of quality education that you can get from University of Bridgeport, your all these expenses will be covered after your graduation. If you find a good work, will be covered within a year or two. So you don't need to worry that much about your tuition fee at the moment. But whatever we what we require is your GPA, good GPA, and English proficiency test results is what we are looking at. So you should qualify for a good scholarship if you have good score in the papers.
Absolutely, that's very a very good advice, and we definitely need a scholarship for our students because like our market is price sensitive, and of course, it's kind of honor to the students' educational background, and at least like some thousands of dollars would be helpful for their family funding as well. So like it's good that you have shared with us that. Scholarship is available at the University of Bridgeport for our students. Thanks for that.
Also think about this, Pawan. The
Mhm.
scholarship is for undergraduate, it's renewable. So if one
Okay,
student gets the
absolutely.
$20,000 of scholarship, and
Mhm.
then let's say they maintain their GPA, that means every year they will qualify for 20,000 scholarship. And for 4 years, it's 80,000 scholarship that they would get. So how big can it get, right? So 80,000 scholarship for 4 years course, and such a good education that they get. And also it's the same again, it comes down to time frame. We have let's say a bucket full of scholarship, and we give out the scholarship for the student who comes first, right? So if you are the last one, and when we give the scholarship out of the bucket, and at the end we don't have any scholarship left in the bucket, the last one who comes might not get any scholarship at all, because we don't have anything left, right? So that's why it is advisable that you do it, make your decisions quick, and then think, if you're thinking about USA, then we are here. University of Bridgeport is welcoming all international students. So this is the right time to go and apply.
Exactly, because like the scholarship amount is available until it lasts. Of course, like it's not for everybody. It may not be it may not be everyone who would be receiving, because there is a deadline for the scholarship as well. So it's good advice that like students apply earlier as they can. Thanks for that. And about admission requirement, like you mentioned on the slides also, but just want to like reconfirm, what's the minimum requirement, like GPA wise, for postgrad or let's say graduate programs as well as undergrad programs?
Okay. For undergraduate program, if you have 2.5 and above, you still qualify to apply, right?
Mhm.
You might get a little less scholarship, but you are eligible to apply. IELTS requirement is 6.0, only six. Let's say if you have overall six and one band having 5.5, we can go and give it a shot, right? So for that, it's understandable that in one module you have to work hard, but you still manage to get overall six. That you still qualify. So that's for undergraduate. For graduate, it's 6.5. The only point 0.5 difference that we have. So I 6.5 or equivalent. That's what I'm saying. Equivalent is there if you are looking for PTE or TOEFL or any other English test, then it has to be equivalent to IELTS 6.5 for graduate. And also for graduate, it's 3.0 that we are looking at. But nevertheless, if you have, let's say, 2.7 or 2.8, you can still apply. And then it depends upon what course you are looking at. And you will still be able to apply. And then our decision committee will make that decision on your scholarship and on your admission as soon as possible.
Absolutely. I've just like popped up the information about connecting with you. So this is the right email to connect with you, right?
It's Subedi at bridgeport.edu.
Okay, my bad. Okay,
Okay,
just
Subedi at
let me
bridgeport.edu.
correct
Yeah,
that. Okay, J Subedi. All right.
at
So
bridgeport.edu.
yeah, this is the right one. So I'm sorry, made a mistake.
Next one, yeah. So next,
All right. So
everyone know me. I'm Jackson, so my email address would be this. Correct. Yeah.
yep. All right. So Jackson is ready to help you guys. Please feel free to connect with him. I have given the email address for you guys to connect with him anytime. And of course, they are receiving the application for the University of Bridgeport for this fall intake. And I believe until May second week, that's mid May, you still can apply. But we've been talking about earlier applications, like if you're ready, even if you are not ready with all your documents, like receiving your IELTS or other test scores in few weeks, then you're still good to apply. At least you can initiate your application now, and those missing documents or any information you could submit to the university later on. So basically, what documents are you requiring further admission from the students, Mr. Jackson?
Okay. Okay, good question, Pawan. So for those two mandatory documents now, by now, I get everyone has that in mind that those two documents are mandatory, which you cannot miss out: transcript and your IELTS or English language test score. And now the other thing that we require is, of course, if you can provide us your statement, personal statement, saying that why you would like to do this course at the University of Bridgeport. So that will help us to think about your scholarship, and then how bad you want this score, how badly you want to get in the University of Bridgeport. That is important. So personal statement, if you can provide it us, that will be great. And also for undergraduate, it's the one letter of recommendation that we want from your college. Let's say from any one of your teachers or from your college. That's one in the undergraduate, but we need two letter of recommendation for the graduate students, right? So that's the document that we require. And then we also require like whatever amount is mentioned in your I-20 when we provide you that. So equivalent to that, the whatever, let's say you have your 28,000 is your final tuition fee and room and board expenses that you have in your I-20. So we want bank certificate that says you have enough funds, right? So that's important. And also we need affidavit of financial support, which I will help you out with all the forms filling and everything. So that those are the documents that we would require to offer you an admission, right? Offer you an admission to get the I-20. So we pre-approve you whether you accept the offer or not. After you accept the offer, we would require your bank certificate and then we will issue you the I-20, which you take the I-20 and go and pay your service fee and take the appointment with the embassy, and then go and apply for your visa. Right? You have to prepare yourself very well. So that's why how like let's say Pawan and team can help, Bradford team can help you prepare all those documents and also prepare you for the interview so that you can go and that 90-second interview, which can make a difference to get your visa, right? So even if your document does not speak well about you, that 90 second when you like stand in front of the interviewer, you impress that interviewer, you get your visa, right? So that's how you can change. Even if your document does not look good, you can have good preparation for yourself, provide the interview, and then get yourself a visa. So that is very important, and that's how Bradford comes in and then can help you prepare well for your application and for your interview.
Absolutely. You have well. We have you have said that well, and like we
Mm.
at Bradford, like we have mentioned all about our details, like connecting with us and visiting us directly. We have phone numbers, and we are located in three locations in Nepal.
Mhm.
Major like our headquarters is in New Bannister Chowk at the seventh floor, Omka building. And please feel free to come and see us about your study plans in the US. Also in Putali Sadak and in Pokhara. We have international office here in San Francisco and Sydney, and we're definitely gonna like help you in every step. Like Jackson just mentioned, like first you need to know like which program is quite fit for you, and second thing what documents, then what other information that you require. So all this information, all this process will take place together with us. I mean, like we'll be happy to like give you all these details regarding your choice of the program and the university, and also about like preparing yourself for the visa. So just like a plan for your visit, or like connect with us through email or like phone. We'd be happy to like start your process. All right. um, Thank you, Mr. Jackson, for your time today, and it's very informative session. I really appreciate your
Mhm.
time, and we hope to see you in this platform or in person in the near future too.
Thank you so much for the opportunity, Pawan. And I think I've been able to provide the information of University of Bridgeport very well. So if there is some any unanswered questions or anything that pops up in the mind of the viewers or the students, then they can always reach to me, and then I will try to answer the questions for them. And Bradford is doing very good, so keep up the good work, Pawan. I'm happy with the amount of applications that comes through Bradford, and I would like to see you around very soon in this platform or in person somewhere, or maybe in California in near future. You never know. So
You're
I'll
most
see you
welcome.
around, Pawan. Thank you.
Definitely, definitely. Like I so would like to like come. I mean, come see you in person as well. I was also like going to talk about the University of Bridgeport, like visiting there, like again soon in the future. I can't just wait to like go see the people there, and then the students coming from different parts of the world, and then get to hear from them. All right.
Sure.
Thanks so much. And by the way, like how you are like getting the application from your partner agents as you are like based out of Nepal at the moment. So what's the problem? By the way, like so. I don't want to talk about the agents. Their jobs. Of course, they are doing great for you. I mean,
Mhm.
the application flow is increasing, or it's like before the COVID situation, the number wise.
It's like this, Pawan. Now, as the whole world was going virtual, and then we are having lots of virtual information sessions. So they are also doing the same thing. They're having virtual sessions. I am personally training everyone about University of Bridgeport, how to do the applications and how to get the students, how to process the application. And we have a very simple process, right? So you just go. I'll provide the link to apply, and then they will go. They will apply. They'll sit down with the students and then get the information from the students, apply it online, and then they will notify me that hey, I have processed this student for University of Bridgeport. Then I go, I check the system of University of Bridgeport, I get all the information, I find the missing documents, and then I go and give it to the agents or to the students, saying that hey, you have missed out on these documents. Submitting these documents, I would be able to process your file further and get yourself the required, let's say, I-20 or required list of documents that's missing or anything like that. So they have
Mhm.
been quite helpful because they all of them are knowledgeable. They know their business. They know what they're doing. And for University of Bridgeport, it makes it easy when you get to work with such a qualified people like you, Pawan, and others of similar nature. So it's being very helpful. So do we have any question on the screen, Pawan?
It's great to hear. Like, yeah, this is the last question, maybe. So, like, we have Nisal Humagai. Thanks, Nisal. And he's wondering about like hospitality at the master's level. Do you have one or not?
HM hospitality is getting very, very popular for Nepal, but unfortunately, University of Bridgeport does not have hospitality course, right? But you can write to me your requirement, Nishal, and I can connect you to the university which has hospitality and which is doing very good, right? So hospitality for masters or for bachelors, we don't have it in University of Bridgeport, and then
Yeah.
so we don't have it
By the way,
in.
like, we at Bradford Global, we have hospitality programs at masters also in the U.S. university. So, if you are looking for that one, we are ready to help you, and we'd be like, guiding you further. Please email us, or like, just write down here, and then we'll be happy to connect with you. All right, or just like send us a message in the messenger box. Then we reach out to you. All right. Thanks, Nisal, and thanks once again, Mr. Jackson. It was wonderful session having you, and then talk about the opportunities. I mean, talk about the process for students wishing to study in the U.S. at the University of Bridgeport, and of course, as we are excited. Stone must be like feeling good about the news that U.S. Embassy in Nepal opening the visa interviews soon, and we can't wait to see that happening though. And as we are signing off, I'd like to once again, uh, wish this great lady, Miss Muskan Khatun, for her great achievement that has just been announced. And she's the rights activist, Muskan Khatun, who wins 2020 International Woman of Courage Award, and it's a great award by the U.S. and uh, that is very inspiring to every one of us. Please keep it up, and I hope we can actually like do some contribution to her great work sometime in the future too. All right. With that said, I also like to announce about our. Please bear with me, Mr. Jackson, for 1 second, and about our next station, which will be about studying the UK. And we have a very leading UK university come and join us live here on this platform. I mean, on this Sunday, 7th March at 11:15 a.m. Nepalese time. Please stay tuned in. It's a great university, and you will get to hear a lot of information about your choice of the programs, the processing to the university, the UK visa, and like a new announcement about the post study work and all that. So stay tuned in, and we'll be happy to answer all your queries as well. All right. So thanks, Jackson, and happy to have you
Thank you,
here.
Pawan.
And
Thank you for the
see you.
opportunity.
All right. You
Uh,
have a nice day. The rest of the day.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Thank you, Pawan. Thank you.